Hey Spuds, meet a Spud. He's the less haters, more taters, Spud plushie, because the haters might hate, but the taters still gonna tate. If you're looking for your perfect mash, then get ready to fall tatally in love with your new best buddy buddy. He's pretty fry for a tubular guy, and no, I'm not sorry for the puns. From his green heart hair to his little arms and tiny little thumbs, he's here to spread love and always keep you company when things feel a little difficult. So when the world gets a lot, he'll be the tater to your top. Go click the link in my description box to get your own Spud plush, but be quick because he is not available for very long. Happy holidays, unless you are not watching this in and around the festive season, in which case, have a wonderful day. Hey Spuds, how's it going? Welcome back to another video if that's on the channel. I don't know, but welcome either way. My name is Jamie and I'm very glad to have you here today. And what are we doing today? We are looking at what's essentially trans memes, which I thought was a wonderful thing to do in and around the festive season. Let's look at the positive, the wonderful, the wholesome, I just hit my knuckle on the desk, the relatable trans memes. But these ones are basically trans memes, but with the theme of newly discovered trans identity or trans in denial a little bit. It's from the subreddit Egg in Real Life, and it's about eggs cracking, people being new to their identities, just figuring out their identities, being a little bit in denial about their identities, and that's all okay. We take our own time, we go on our own journeys, and I thought we could have a look at these memes together today. Woo, yeah, so enthusiastic today. Wait a second, I'm a girl. I'm not. I'm reading this from the perspective of the person who made this meme. Yay, I'm a girl is something the person who made this meme would say, but not me. Yay. It was a dream. It was a dream. That's a bad ending of a book or a story. They can't wake up and it all be a dream. We have that in Alice in Wonderland and the Wizard of Oz. It's not, ooh, it was a dream. We need a resolution, an actual solution to the storyline. I feel like this is one of those memes that's like, still cis though, even though I just had a really interesting and detailed dream about living as a gender different to my assigned gender, and that felt really good, but no, just a dream. My subconscious, whenever I get close to convincing it that I'm trans. Oh, reliable. Still cis, see what I said? Still cis though. That is 80% of this subreddit. It's like, oh, I feel like this, really strongly describing feelings of gender dysphoria and being trans and being a gender that is different to your assigned sex. But no, still cis though. Always the punchline. I'm not trans, but I want to look like a girl. I'm not trans, but I want to look like a girl and be acknowledged / treated as one. Not trans though. I feel as though I am this gender and I want to live as this gender and be seen as this gender that is different to my assigned sex, but I'm not trans. That's just a rephrasing of still cis though. But you said you were 100% sure you were cis. 99.98. We're getting there. We're seeing a shift. Still mostly cis though. I always find it really interesting going through this subreddit because I feel like it really highlights the evidence out there that people are not actively being like,
I want to be trans. Yay, it's so fashionable and trendy right now. Let's all be trans together.
This isn't what's happening to people. The people are agonizing over their identities, being scared to be trans and trying to desperately convince themselves they're still cis, and that's a reality of what's actually happening. Yes, there are plenty of people who are also in positions and situations and life scenarios where they're a lot more comfortable exploring very freely their expression and their identity, but for a lot of people, realizing you're trans is something that's very scary and can feel like a relief, but it also comes with a lot of like, oh my god, what now? So I just feel like all the people out there who are like, oh,
look at how many trans people there are now. It's so fashionable.
Really just don't know anything about the trans experience. Which, I mean, we knew anyway, right? Egg in Real Life, this subreddit. Curiosity. Cis me. Let's go in and out. 20 minutes adventure. Realizing I'm trans all over again. This will change the course of my life. The emotions when it fully clicks for you that you are trans, and either at the point that you realize or accept it about yourself or whatever point, but that moment where you're like, no, yeah, this is definitely me and I want to do something with this information. So many emotions. It, like, for me, it ranged from relief to fear to almost like a sense of joy, but then there was this kind of, oh my god, this is absolutely terrifying, and also also a little bit of sadness and just so many different emotions coming up because of a lot of different reasons. And honestly, yes, gender dysphoria sucks, but so many of the negative emotions for a lot of people come from society's viewpoint and discrimination. And I just wish we could all be a little bit nicer. That's what I want for Christmas. My knowledge of medical stuff, not really that. Yeah, whatever. My knowledge of trans-related medical stuff. Oh yeah, now that I know a lot about. And it's very true. It's also so necessary for so many trans people to know the medical stuff about being trans and trans healthcare, because unless you go to a specialist doctor, it's like gold dust to find a doctor who is actually aware of trans healthcare routes and medications and surgeries and referrals and management of being on hormones and all of these different things. It's so hard to find a doctor who's actually knowledgeable. As trans people, outside of a gender clinic where they're specialists in the area, I've only ever had one appointment where the person I was seeing could speak to me as the authority figure on medical stuff, like when talking about trans things specifically. Every other appointment I've had with a non-specialist doctor where I'm going there not even just for trans things, but because I'm a trans man, there are certain things I need to pay attention to because of my assigned birth sex and things like that. I have to teach the medical professional why I'm there, what I need doing, why I need that doing. It's a very interesting position to be in, because you're like, I'm here as the non-medical professional, I'm not the authority, I shouldn't be the authority in the room, but there is a need for trans people to have a great deal of knowledge around trans-related medical things, because so many medical professionals have no clue whatsoever. Even if they're lovely, they are clueless often. Me. And if I don't really want to be a girl, also me. I desire it since I was 11. I used to have long hair a few years ago just for fun. I try to make up filters to look more feminine. I want a feminine body. Boobs. As a kid, I liked to watch girl cartoons. Look, gender envy seeing other girls. A lot of these memes are trans femme. A majority of the memes on Egg in Real Life are trans femme. But like, it just swap the words. The feelings are very, very similar, whatever type of trans person you are, if that makes sense. Yes, look at all these reasons. No, I'm just gonna ignore it. No, that doesn't make sense to me. Finally, be ready to come out to my family. Type a text message to all of them. Too nervous to click send. Oh, too nervous to click send. It's okay. It might take many different attempts and tries before you find the right words, find the right moment, find the confidence. I'm sorry if you can hear the tapping in the background. There's been building stuff. I thought it would be done by now. We're just rolling with the noise. It's okay. I definitely had this as well, where I went to say things and come out multiple times and I couldn't. I wrote things down and then I put them in the bin because I was like, no, I'm too scared to give this to somebody. It's okay if you need to try several times before you can hit send or get the words out or hand that letter to somebody. It's all right. You'll get there. All I want for Christmas is estrogen. Yeah, I guess for a lot of trans femmes, all I wanted for Christmas 13 years ago was tea. And then I started literally a month after Christmas Day, on 25th of January, 2012. Yeah, so 13 years ago, right now, top of my Christmas list, tea. Look, Robert Downey Jr. I don't know why he's doing that face. Me, when I remember that every guy thinks about being a girl all the time and that's a totally normal thing and not a sign of anything at all. Yes, absolutely normal. Oh, the relief. No, still cis though, because everybody desires to live as the gender they were not assigned at birth. That is a very cis thing to feel. Absolutely. I didn't know the word trans existed. I didn't know what it meant until I was 16. But my earliest memory of feeling like a boy, I guess is the best way to describe it, was when I was 4. I legit just thought I was the same as the other boys. I didn't get it. Like things like pronouns didn't like cross my mind, gendered names, stuff like that. My parents let me wear whatever I wanted to wear, and the bathrooms at school were all mixed. So it was very much like, I don't register this at all as a concept in society. I am friends with the boys and like we play football and in the playground together, and that's how I feel. That's who I view as my in-group, little 4-year-old me. And then as I got older, I was like, oh yeah, I just guess that every girl must feel like they're a boy, right? There's nothing I can do about it. Yay. When my egg cracked, but I still feel like an imposter. But the truth is, I don't know if I'm worthy. The whole trans enough, like, am I worthy? Is this really me? Like, you are literally the only person who can answer those questions, and there's no such thing as being trans enough. You're trans, you're trans. If your gender is not the same as your assigned sex, you are trans, and you don't have to fit a certain stereotype. You don't have to dress in a certain way. You don't have to take certain medical steps in order to be trans enough. You just, by the very nature of being a trans person, you are trans enough and worthy of not feeling like an imposter within the trans community. And people who make other trans people feel like an imposter or not trans enough because they've gone a different path with their transition and their journey, that's just sucky of them. They're the problem, not the people who take a different path, the people who shame others for the path they take. Problem. When you regret you haven't transitioned earlier, I shouldn't have acted like someone I wasn't. Yes. And I think at whatever age trans people transition, there's always the vibe of like the years I missed out on, the boyhood I didn't have, the experiences that I wasn't able to experience. And I think no matter what age, whether that trans person is a teenager, whether they're in their 20s, whether in their 40s, 50s, 60s, older, there's always going to be that feeling of like, I wish I could have done this sooner. I transitioned when I was 17, and I fully appreciate and see the privilege in that, and I'm very grateful for the age I was when I transitioned. But I still have feelings of like, I wish that I'd known that when I was 4, 5, 6, because I did know it. I just didn't know how to say it or describe it to other people. I didn't know there was anything I could do. But had I known, this would have been me right from really, really early childhood. But I can definitely see that as you're older, there's a lot more missed years to mourn. I don't want to put like a toxic positivity spin on it. And then I know I'm not coming from the position of somebody who transitioned later in life. But I think it doesn't matter if you're 65. If you're sat there delaying it further because you're worried that it's too late, it's just making it later and later. There's still many years to enjoy and live as your true self, and the most important thing is to get as many years as possible and make the most of those years. But it's okay to feel sad as well about the missed years. I'm stressed about going to a function as a boy tomorrow. This is totally cisgender behavior, right? Totally, yeah. Like, you know, the profuse sweating, the increased heart rate, absolutely typical. Me being somewhat stable as a balloon with a pin coming towards it, suddenly remembering the fact in some places there'll always be mentions of your dead name and the fact that you're trans. Yes, I hear this. That's a really interesting perspective, because this is on Egg in real life. I'd assume this person is maybe earlier on in their transition who made this meme. It's not something I even thought a lot about early in my transition. It's something that I see is completely out of my control, and honestly, if stuff is said and I'm not aware, like, I really don't care. I do not care. If I'm made aware of something and someone's not being very nice and they're doing this, then I will say something, or I will distance myself from that person or whatever. I don't know if people are still doing that. I wouldn't know what context people are still doing that in. It would all be an assumption. So I kind of just choose to ignore it and assume the opposite. Like, for me, my dead name and she, her pronouns for use on me are so long ago, it doesn't cross my mind. It took me a while, but like, I can use my dead name for other people and feel perfectly comfortable, and it doesn't give me like this pang of like discomfort that it used to. I don't even think about what people are saying. It's just so alien to me that anybody would use anything other than Jamie and he, him. And if I don't know it's happening, then it might not be happening. I'm just assuming that it could be happening, but then why not just assume that it doesn't happen? Cool. That's personally how I just deal with it in my head. I'm trans. Am I still cis? No. Sorry, no. Me wanting to feel femme by putting on a dress. I feel ugly and disgusting. Oh, I was pulling you away from wanting to feel femme. No, you put on that dress. That is your naughty dysphoria brain, or just naughty brain in general, talking to you. You wear that dress and you feel femme and amazing and live your best life. Don't listen to the pink blob. My roommate calls me an egg. Oh, an egg. I find egg in real life to see what that means. The memes are really relatable. The memes are really relatable. Oh my. That gave me, what was that? Is it like follow the yellow brick road? Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, that one. Okay, the memes are really relatable. No, sorry, I have no rhythm. I don't know what I was trying to do there. Yes, the memes are relatable, are they? Still cis though, are you? I think like relating to some elements of the memes on Egg in real life, sure, but like really hardcore relating and feeling them on a deep level and being like, ah, yes, I've had many of these thoughts. That's maybe not very, very cis of you. Every cis girl gets gender envy from every man, right? Right? Oh, why? Question. Is that meant to be a mirror? And I'm sure that that is the queen chess piece. That is the queen chess piece because the king has a different shape. Yeah, the king has like the little cross on top. So that's the queen chess. And then why is that a pawn? The text. Sure, yes. The Egg in real life. Still cis though. Ha, very funny. But it's bugging me that this feels like a trans mask meme. Sorry, I feel really pernickety right now. I'm very sorry. I'm going to carry on, but I will be calmer with it. It's irritating me somewhat that there's a mirror, and I feel like this is a trans mask meme. It must be. Every cis girl gets gender envy from every man, right? That feels very like cracking egg of a trans mask, like trans mask in denial vibes. And I would assume that given that setup, you would have a queen chess piece looking into a mirror and seeing a king chess piece reflected back. But not only do we have the queen being in the reflection, but the one looking in the mirror is a pawn. I don't like it when things contextually don't make sense. The text does not go with the image for me. And if I have greatly misinterpreted this, I accept that that could be a possibility and I would love to understand if that's happened. But to me, this just seems not right. No, there were so many other images this could have gone on top of. This was not the one. r/egg in real life, you visited but never joined. Still processing. Not joined yet. Is a term dead name only for trans people? I want to legally change my name because I don't feel comfortable with my original one and I'm not trans or anything, so can I call my old name my dead name or would it be wrong / confuse people? Edit. Never mind guys, I'm trans. Saw that coming. I mean, given the subreddit this was on, that was kind of a very, very strong clue. But also, generally for that question, no, I don't think it's a term only for trans people. It's very common among the trans community because it's really common for trans people to change their name, and something like a dead name is a really useful term to kind of signify don't use this name. Like dead to me kind of vibes. I do not go by this. But I think anybody who changes their name and does not want to be referred to, does not want to use that old name they had, can refer to it as a dead name. I don't see why it should just be a trans thing. Yeah. Me. Oh, we got another one. What's the pink blob getting up to this time? Naughty pink blob. Me wanting to transition. My love for long skirts. Ah, this is a trans mask meme. Your gender expression does not at all have to have anything to do with your identity. For many, many people, they go by stereotypes and gender norms and like men will be more masc and women will be more femme, blah, blah, blah. But being masculine or feminine does not dictate whether you're a man or a woman, and the way you dress does not dictate whether you're a man or a woman. Your identity is a completely separate thing to your expression. You can love and wear long skirts and still transition and live as a man or a non-binary person or someone generally who's just trans masculine. You don't need to not wear skirts or more feminine or like stereotypically feminine clothing in order to transition if you're, I guess, AFAB, assigned female at birth. Yeah. Separate it in your mind. If a cis guy wore a skirt, we don't suddenly call him a woman. The masculine urge to be a gay woman. Ah, yes, the masculine urge. I mean, I literally just said that masculinity and femininity are not linked to your gender identity. You can have a very masculine urge to be a gay woman. I guess it would be like the cis man urge to be a gay woman would be one. This is like a egg in real life vibe meme. But many people would maybe say it is a masculine urge to be a gay woman, but no, that's going on stereotypes again, isn't it? Me thinking about my gender, crying to music in my bed. Okay, and we've got Patrick investigating, thinking, oh, right, they're probably overthinking, scrutinizing, looking into it in a very deep way. See, again, like, this is where transphobes are just so wrong. They're wrong on everything they think about trans people, but this one, but you don't know what goes on in somebody else's mind. You don't know how much they thought about something. You don't know how much they've agonized over something. You don't know how much they've wished to not be the thing that you are now discriminating them for being. And telling them that they're just jumping on a trend. So kindly, transphobes. So yeah, Patrick is getting all sciencey on it and deep thought, but explaining gender to my therapist? No, not a coherent thought in sight. Never. It's always when you've got to explain it to other people or there's pressure on it that things just don't come out the same as when you're just thinking about it yourself or at home. Trans person comes out. Their friend / family who always knew, pretending to be shocked. Is this like Pingu clapping? Honestly, to me, this is quite a enjoyable reaction when someone comes out, the kind of fake like, oh my god, we'd never have known. We love you so much. Come here, yay. I love that vibe. I feel like some people get a bit like, oh, wait, so you've known all this time. You didn't want to say something, but I think it's nice to let people come out in their own time. But isn't that amazing that you, instead of like shock or a not great response, it's just this kind of, yeah, mate, like it wasn't obvious. But like, just for your sake, oh my god. Most eggs after they crack. Oh, the wasted years. Oh. HRT. Just licking that HRT. I do not lick HRT. No, definitely not if you're on testosterone. No licking of the testosterone. If you're on estrogen pills, I mean, you can lick them if you want. They probably don't taste great. Yeah, this is another one that's like, look at how many years I've wasted. Let me desperately do everything I can to make up for it. But it can take a while, but it's really freeing to get to a place of like, I can't change the past. I can't do anything about the years I've missed. All I can do is make the best of the ones I have left. When I hear my voice. What is that? Just like a... Okay, I simultaneously have no idea what this is, and I'm struggling to fully make out what's going on. It looks like somebody's like going, and just looking really uncomfortable. But at the same time, I completely get it. It makes so much sense. Yes. When I heard my voice pre-tea, no, just that's how my insides felt. I mean, to be fair, it's not great given my job. There's something weird about hearing your voice anyway on a recording. So whenever I have to edit things, I'm just like, ew. Or like when I'm watching my videos, it's just like, no, this is not pleasant. I cannot listen to my own audiobook. Dysphoria. Dysphoria is not a pretty little butterfly, thank you. Is this low self-esteem? I feel like a lot of people are like,
No, not gender dysphoria. I just need to be more confident.
There are differences. Going about my day thinking I'm cis. Oh, Joey, hello. Scrolling through egg in real life and relating to every other post. Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? I was like, going about my day thinking I'm cis. Putting on a documentary about a trans guy. Oh shit. And relating to everything he was saying. Yeah. Not documentaries anymore. It's memes. Memes give people the language to know themselves. Very powerful thing, the meme. You like dressing like the opposite gender? Yeah. And you like those pronouns too? Yeah. So you would prefer to be that gender? Makes sense to me. So you are trans? I'm not sure. No, you know, I've answered all these questions and make it really obvious that I'm trans, but no, maybe I'm not. We'll leave it for today. Let's revisit this topic later. But I was so caught up in the bathroom. Where the frick did I get bathroom from? Where in that sentence does it say bathroom? I don't even need a wee right now. I think I might have read binder as bathroom. But I was so caught up in the euphoria of wearing a binder, we got that right, that for like a minute I lived in a world where I never had titties. Titties doesn't sound the best in a British accent. No, this is too like too many T's. Yeah, that first moment of putting on a binder and seeing myself with a flat chest was like magic. Today I had a dream where I had a girlfriend and we cuddle and I was a boy. Not trans though. No, it's just a dream. If these dreams are happening frequently, then maybe your subconscious is trying to tell you something. And that's it. That's all the memes for this very festively timed, but not festive, egg in real life. I hope you enjoyed the little transness. If you are a little trans egg, then I wish you a very as pleasant as possible and lovely as possible holiday season. I know this can be difficult for a lot of people, so I hope this video could just give you like half an hour of nice, relatable wholesomeness, and I hope the rest of your festive season goes well and just sending love. So yeah, if you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. A bit no pressure. If you don't want to, you can go leave a comment down below and join the chat and be part of the community. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye. Is that hair been like that the whole video? I thought it was part of the picture frame behind me. Oh, never mind. Bye.